What do you have in mind? Talk to me, Ntwana. Talk to me, Ntwana. To those who are joining us for the first time, my name is KG, and I am part of Makoya Rundown right there. And we are here Monday to Friday, 20 past 10, and we have conversations that hope to inspire, that hope to bring us to a certain level, grow, challenge us. Some are difficult, some are very light-headed, but all in all, the aim is for us to live together, man. Live together, share experiences, share learnings, and we just move accordingly. So join us. We also have a YouTube channel, and we have a library of videos that are there that you can check out. I mean, you can only imagine Monday to Friday since August last year. How many videos are there on YouTube, just in the same name, Makoya Rundown, and you will find all of them there. So yeah, man, come on, guys, let me know what is in your mind today. What are you thinking about? What is a bit difficult? Masiro says she was not feeling that well today, so hopefully you recover very quickly, ma'am. Recover very quickly and come through. For me, guys, I have a bit of a concern about our country. Personally living in it. Thank you, Sister Boza. Much appreciated. Living in our country. I don't know whether it's because we accept a lot of things, or we let a lot of things be, or we are preoccupied by other important things that, thank you so much, Mr. Boza. We are so preoccupied by other important things that we don't pay attention to others, but the standard of living in our country, and I'm just gonna look at the standard of living not necessarily from a monetary thing or monetary perspective, financial perspective, but standard of living in terms of your everyday life, the things that you experience, the fears that you have, the concerns that you have, things that you can't do because there's something else, things that you wish you could do but you can't. Mbalomutle, good morning, happy Throwback Thursday indeed. Where are you throwing us back to, ma'am? Tell us. So it's my current concern as to where are we going much as a country, because yes, one of the biggest things we grapple with is finances. Unemployment rate is high. Crime, I don't know, would I say crime as a result, but some studies show that crime as a result has gone up. So you can't just, Mama D, it's been a while. How you doing, Mama? It's been a while since I've seen you in the streets. So for me, that is it's a concern a lot, because I don't even want to go into the element of kids, to say raising kids in this time in our country, ke di gymnastics tse nje. And then there's just I don't know, guys, every day is just a scam. You hear the newest scam. Some are horrific, and you're just like, is this a result of the need for making a living that these things are going all the way up? Do you think it's gonna go away? Is it more of a habit that has just been built and it won't disappear? Like it wears heavy in my heart, that time we have to be providers. Yeah. CH. It's tough. It's tough. Been a while. I'm well, thanks. Missed you guys. We've missed you too, man. We missed you too, but we are happy that you are here with us, and when you're able to, we really appreciate it. Good morning, Kiachile. Hope you are well. I read somewhere that it's 15 times more expensive with regards to cost of living versus our parents' era. Yes, it's a lot. And it's not that South Africa is short of money. Like, there's money in SA. Money, gang of it. I just don't know, man. I really don't know. It really weighs heavy for me. It has raised questions of, is it, especially now in the time that we live in, it's now starting to be very common that South Africans, particularly native South Africans, are leaving the country to go see. We've seen it with the wave of teaching in China. We've seen it in the wave of medical staff, or rather medical personnels, being in demand in other countries. So we are seeing this thing, and I guess just also us traveling more into other countries. And so there seems to be an interest outside of the country, and my question is, what, maybe to you guys, what would compel you to go, whether it is to go forever, to go and come back, whatever, even if you don't know much about this, but would you want to go outside of the country and see other opportunities out there? See if there is a better life out there, or there's something else holding you in the country that doesn't motivate you to go. Mahlatsi nna nkare nka tsamaya le ngwana ka wets abuti bona, why not? But are you actively not just thinking but looking into opportunities abroad? Which countries would you consider? Can we even consider ourselves middle class anymore? Long gone. We are no longer these, and I'm sure they've already come up with a name for that now. I don't think the middle class still stands. Most of us are below that level. So yeah, Masejo, yes, subs definitely, but I love my country. Listen, SA we can't deny. SA is great. SA, the atmosphere, the people, the possibilities and what it could be. It's amazing. Weather is amazing. No natural disasters that are crazy, it's all great. Positioning is wonderful. But still doesn't change the fact that will the things that we see now change in the next 10 years, in the next 15 years? And where will you be in the next 10 and 15 years, in your life based on your ambitions and what you want to achieve in life? I think I'm good because I'm done fighting insurance for the past month and a half. Oh, insurance for what, Abut? So 201 says no. Why would you consider going to another country? Let me know. Yep, she's turning 6. Oh, Ukhodi seats, Abut Mahlat, man. Ukhodi seats. I love the country from a distance. We can't live on could be though, Abut, right? We definitely can't live on the could be, would be type of a thing. And I think for me, it's especially when there is the world is so big and there is other places where you can get way more. Obviously doesn't go without sacrifice, but there is definitely more out there. So why subject yourself to what you don't really want and what you don't see working in the next 15 years? Had no car all that time and the bike is not enough. Now I can finally start looking. Yo, congrats, Abuti. Which insurance is this? Which color? Oh man, you never told me this. It's difficult decision to make, packing bags to go far like that. It is, Sis D, it is. I won't lie, it is. But I think our privilege, particularly as South Africans, is that we have never really had to, consider leaving the country. Yeah, things were bad during apartheid and all these other times. Those who could leave left. Those who couldn't. And we just never had that culture of going. But the question is, for me, were things so bad in SA that, or were they as bad or bad enough to make us go? Because you have other countries who, it's even common. I have friends whom, listen, the whole family scattered across the world just because prospects in their own country just doesn't work. And it's a normal thing for them that you may grow up in the country, but you're not gonna live your adult life in the country. You're gonna have to go. So my thing is, were things bad enough for us to have propelled us to go or not? But also, it being a difficult decision, is it's also a thing of we choose the difficulty. We choose the difficulty. It's not easy for foreigners in other countries. True, you have to be highly educated to survive. I agree. With me, I'd have to look for a country that will accommodate me and my daughter, else Pitoritis. Good morning, Abut Dean. Good morning indeed. It was a different struggle then. Today we need to stand firm to get our politics right. True. Definitely true. I don't think I would want to move across the border. Why not? Why not, Gachile? What's holding you? And like I said, this thing, at least in my perception, we don't consider moving to other countries. One, because the culture has never been instilled in us. One, to say the world is your oyster, go. Most of us, we stay where we are, where we grew up, because of the ties of family, and that's what you see in and around you, you know. But there is also an equal opportunity of you going to another country for a couple of years, getting the opportunity or getting the cooperate, see if you're able to, you know, build something back home. You know, these are some of the sacrifices that maybe we consider, or we should consider, as people who want to get out of poverty and get our generations and make sure that generations after us are okay. Maybe you need to just, you know, step outside, go build, and hope to be successful enough to say when you come back, you can be able to build something great, you know? So, yeah. Karabo, I would relocate in a heartbeat. Are you making plans, Karabo, to dip out? Are you making plans to go? I would do my I love the essay. Cross border for me is for money only. Agreed. But Mahlatse, you go and make the money and you come back to SA and you don't have the freedom to enjoy the money. You know, there's constant concern of your car being taken, hijacked, break-ins into your house, staying in suburbia does not protect you in any way. The fear of your child having left the house to go to school, you know, all of these concerns that we have, you know. I doubt if I go and succeed, I'll return. Also another issue. But is it a bad thing? One of my clients also said a similar thing, Mahlatsi, who said, you know, you say that if you were to step outside the country, you will go for a couple of years and come back. I doubt you would experience something better and then go back to what you know, you know? So it is a valid point. But is it the fear of leaving all that you know behind? Is that what is holding us back? Or what it is? What it is, guys. So what is it? What is it that you know you don't want to go? Why wouldn't you not want to go? Not at all. A friend of mine is even married, now started to go China, and is now in Australia still teaching. See? So yeah, so you know, for some of us, we are here. Let me rather say for some of y'all, le busy battling with the life partner tsa lena ganta diomo. Did or can't. Tsebile, family. What about family, Tsebile? You can go and come back. Hopefully you can come and take your family and go with them. What was the case? Because here's my thing, guys. This is a question I've asked myself, to say, if money was not an issue, not a concern at all, and I have this money, and then I say to me, listen, y'all, there is this country out here, we can live our best life. Better schools, better this, better that. No countries without challenges. There's all these better things out there. Come with me, you know? Why wouldn't they want to come? For me, is the fear of what I'm leaving behind. Okay, Kefile, I see you. or Austria. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. I thought it had cut you off. Austria is quite good also. Austria is quite good also. Our next Malababa to Hamonat. KG really what this ups? Really what? Really what? Let me know. Family, culture, comfort. But also, you will not know if you would like another culture out there. You will not know if you would like another comfort out there. You know? I think we also create these fears, guys. Now I don't know. So for example, one of my financial desires when I was young was that if I can, I would love to have the kind of money where I can have a property in the best countries I would like to be in. All right. So that if I want to, I'm able to go to a certain country, stay there for 3 months, 6 months, whatever the case may be, and move around if I want. So, and in my head, I was like, question is, if I've got that money and the money is good, why wouldn't the family want to come with? You know? And I don't know. Because if we are working for all this money, when we get it, guys. What's the plan? You know? So that is the case. Sis subs?
That is Sekgothudi. Good morning.
How are you, Mama?
I'm alright. How are you?
I'm alright.
Hey,
Hope you're coping well.
Guys, at this point, I shall.
Numb.
Anything else can happen. It's fine. I'll take it head on.
Yeah, no, that's the spirit. Like I own a hair.
So I want to say to you, is it Cebile or Kimang who said, or Masiko who said family? And you are like, guys, it's for us, the young ones, we can leave. And like you're saying, why can't you take your family if you are making that money and you can afford it? It's not for everybody that side. Guys, my mom loves that green and yellow party. You know the party that helped them 55 years ago? That gave us the opportunity to go to multiracial schools. My mom will not leave this country even if we gave her $1 million every month. She would not. Forget it. You know, during the elections, when we had to now go vote, this house was such a mess. And I keep saying, like, we had a conversation. And she was quiet the entire time. So my sister, my middle sister, makes a joke and says, hey, so you call her Coco. So my sister says to her, Coco, when are you going to vote for it? My mom's like, stop wasting your time. Every year you guys asking me the same thing. My vote is not going to change. Guys, but Baba Kholo will die for that party. I don't know why, but yes, sis. Like they are so stuck. They're so stuck with what that party did for them. Did what years ago? 30 years ago. 30 years ago, and they're not open-minded, they don't want to see any other thing. They don't want you to give them a different perspective, a different, no, they are fine with what they know. And Mama D, I'm sure now you are the same. I promise you can show them a beautiful garden that's greater and beautiful, and that is a future. They just like, my mom will not waste her time. So don't even try and tell my mom that I'm going to a different country and there's so much it's called trauma bond. I thank you, because I'm like, no, this relationship has a name, and this relationship is deep, yo. So I'm saying, you won't even try and convince my mom. My mom will tell you straight up, Khori, go, you'll come back. Because the previous company I was working for, our head office was based in the UK, you know, and I had a very, very good relationship with our CEO, and our CEO was based in the UK. And there was a position at some point that side, and I said to him, I made a joke and I said, I saw this on LinkedIn, I'm going to apply. I sent him a Teams, and he said to me, no, Shots, it's fine, you can apply. But I just know that he mentioned my manager at the time. Is like, but I know so and so will never let you go. And I came home. Please tell my Maria to leave you alone. Go to wrong.
No, Shem, it's not even her. I'm looking at the computer here. Yeah.
So my mom said. So I said to my mom, actually, if my boss were to let me go, I would go. My mom was like, ah, Shem, Sisi, it's fine. You can go. Mobuya. That's Shem. It was done with me.
Yeah.
Like she finished, like no, it was done with me, and I realized that, and actually this crossed my mind now that guys, literally every single month, KG, you know this, every single month, I am burying a loved one, and imagine if I was not in the country.
Made and please.
Imagine if I was not in the country and I come and they're like, oh, you see on social media, hora, babuluka mang mang, babuluka mang mang. No. So for me, it would be hard just for that part.
No, I hear you when I say, first things first. To your point that you mentioned earlier on about the yellow party, I just had an idea. Yeah, or maybe our strategy or our strategy of how we try and convince these our parents to change their votes. We need to look at it as say, Mama, thank you. That party helped us get out of here. We are good. But that party now, in as much as, it has done that for me, but for you, for me, currently it is failing me. So can't you do me a favor and vote for the one that will work for me right now, so that I don't then suffer going forward? Yabo? Maybe that's the conversation we need to have. And then two, listen, the concern and the fear of losing loved ones, particularly when you're abroad, it's proper pain. I can only imagine it. However, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Like, even me for now, I'm not conflicted, but I'm still juggling these thoughts. Yeah, hore. So now, if I don't fight to change the trajectory of my generations, or the generation after me, or the lineage after me, or rather of my lineage, let me put it that way, who will, right? Two, even with the ones who came before us, there are certain sacrifices that they had to make so that we can have what we have today, right? Now, what sacrifice would I be willing to make for the sake of my lineage? Yabo. So if the plan is financial freedom, and I don't see it happening here, would the sacrifice of me having to go wherever that allows me to make the gap that is needed to change the trajectory of my lineage and generations after me, and the sacrifice is that people will pass away and I won't be at home, and it will be painful but sacrifices have to be made. So that is also the juggle that I have in my head, to be like, yeah, but until when? You're holding on to the family and you're enjoying proximity and all of these things, but there's no great change in your lineage, and it's just gonna continue just like that until someone decides otherwise. So that is just my the thought that comes to mind. But in any case, tell me what's on
Katie,
your mind. Yes, ma'am.
Mama D has a question for you. He says, which party would you recommend right now? Because then under what?
Undesirable people in
Undesirable
every
people in
party.
every party.
Yeah. So I won't mention parties by name,
Please, yeah.
but but my philosophy is this for now, is that taste and see, give others a chance and see what will happen. Will there be something new? Will there be change? Will there not be any change? The problem is sticking with something that seems to not be working 60% to 80% of the time, just because we are holding on to I don't know what, or the 20% you're called. So that is my thing. See, give others a chance. Let's see what they can do. And because whether you do it or you don't, if, let's say, for example, and this is hypothetical, but hypothetical things are always funky. So let's say for the next term, the current party is not going to do anything, right? We just don't know. But let's say they're not going to do anything. Status quo remains the same. That's one scenario. Second scenario, you put new people in power and they also don't do anything. The only advantage in that scenario is that you gave a different chance to other people. They still do not do anything. But at least you know now that they fall in that other category. Give others another chance and let's see. Until we find someone who then can do something better. If there isn't that person or those group of people, then we know, then it's very clear that whatever leadership that is there in the country and the caliber that we have, and there's a reflection of our own society, because we are those people, obviously not me, but maybe you guys tomorrow could be in these places, right? In these positions. So that will just be a reflection of who we are as a society. If the next party does not do anything. So that's my current thought, Mama D, that give others a chance. Let's see what they can do. And yes, there will be the argument of 5 years is not enough, whatever the case may be. It's all good, but let's evaluate you on the 5 years that you've got. What can you do? And once you see a little bit of change, give them another chance. Let's see. The same way as we started with this ones 30 years ago, let's start with another one. Let's see, because also it's one of those, I've heard these ideals that the party that usually gets you out of the struggle is not the one that will carry you into this new promised land. So there needs to be a newer vision that now serves, now that we are out of the struggle. How do we see the future? Because now those who want to see the future don't have the blinders of the past, So give it a try. That's just my philosophy. So I hope I answered you there, Mama D, that give others a chance. and let's just see, can they do better? You know, there's not so much that they can ruin for 5 years, guys. It's not so much, especially to the extent of what has been ruined in the past 80. The thing is, 5 years for each results is them recycling the same as they just change parties. Fair. So there's this recycling of people. Fair. And maybe that's what needs to cut or what needs to change. You know? I don't know. But we won't know until we give them a chance. We won't know until we try. And equally so, that's the same philosophy I was talking about checking out other countries and seeing whether there is that. Guys, like there's here, Mauritius here, 4 hours away. Flights, 4 hour flights away. Konala, Mauritius. Small, tiny, but it's currently number one in Africa in terms of technology and all these tech things that are going on, right? Their currency is quite stable. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it is 5 times. I'm not sure. But yeah, their currency is very, their political thing is very stable. It's here, 4 hours away. And before you even reach to Mauritius, there's Madagascar, you know, there's Reunion, I think, or something like that. Couple of these are just here, you know. And for, in case you do not know, to go to Mauritius, you don't even pay for a visa. You can go and live in Mauritius for a full 1 year. You won't work in Mauritius unless you move with the thing, but you can go and stay there and see if you can hustle and change your visa. Simple as that. You don't have to pay anything for the visa. You can get it within less than a week. Yeah, 4 hours away, in Mauritius. You know, if you are that homesick, it's just 4 hours away. We fly 2 hours from Cape Town to Johannesburg? 4 hours now, just here, you see. So we could go and try if we wanted. And when I checked the calculations, in Mauritius, you can stretch anything above 10K, you can stretch. I think 10K is too low, but starting from 10K and above, you can stretch, you know. So it's a matter of just giving it a try and just go see what's out there. Link me up, okay. So yeah, hello host, is there a good industry for bakery there? Hey man, people gotta eat. We're not stupid genius. I don't know why that name, but people always eat. But I know for confectionery, I mean, man, the way I love dessert, I'm just like, and I hope when talking about bakery, I'm thinking about desserts. I'm just gonna speak about dessert. That, I mean, there's cruise ships that you can be in. There is definitely chefs and confectionaries are needed in Australia. You just go and find out. Just go and check it out. You know, I feel like Cage is trying to tell us something. Why are we being evicted so early in the morning? I'm not saying anything. I asked you guys what's on your mind. In my mind is what does am I okay being here in this country for the next 20 years and nothing has changed? Am I okay with that? That's what's keeping me up at night. Specialize in artisan breads and normal rolls, etc. Thank you, host. Yeah, you can. You can check it out. I mean, I know that I don't know, most of my black people we have eaten the same type of bread most of our lives. But I know that other cultures take bread very seriously, like all these other types of breads, artisan breads, as you've put it. They take them very seriously, and I think Mauritius has a good mixture of. I don't remember if it's Italian or French, but French people, Italian people, and they love their breads. So definitely there should be a market for that. So just check it out. All right. So let me know, guys. I make my bread always. Right. So that is the thing, guys. Now that's what's in my mind currently. I just wanted to hear you guys. What's in your mind? What keeps you up at night? Even if it doesn't keep you up at night, literally. But what do you find yourself thinking about most? But yeah, for me, I'm thinking about the safety of my nephews and niece. Thinking about the safety of my wife, thinking about the safety of my parents, the security of the future, um, you know, um, because I don't know, like anything can happen. We can get opportunity tomorrow, all great. But I feel like even in South Africa, when you make money, someone else believes that that money belongs to them, Nabo, or they need a share of that, and they won't ask for it nicely. They will take it by force. That is just some of those things. So, what's the use of making money and living in fear to enjoy that money? When there are countries where you can make money and enjoy it, that money nicely in jail. My cousin came back from the US and was a chef there 3 years, so the market is there. Yeah, when it comes to food, guys, the people need to eat. There'll always be food. I'm not thinking of living abroad. Kyakile, give it a try, even if it's for a year. Just go and check it out. Somewhat I too is considering vamusing. Yo, Nanobila, when I think you will thrive so nicely there. You will thrive. Check it out. Like just look at it. And listen, guys. As people of color, as they would say, there will always be things stacked against us. And to a certain extent, I don't think there's any country outside of Africa where you will necessarily feel at home. And when I say feel at home, I'm just saying that as a person who is black, and there's also different things, challenges that they'll make it difficult. Like on the other side of things, I've seen people and heard of people who have been organ for 20, 30 years, who have come back to Africa and they're like, listen, guys, there is nothing there. You will toil and toil and toil making this money, but you won't be necessarily all that rich and whatever the case. But you come here at home and then, you can have a chicken farm and things like that and all of that. My thing is, true, that could be the case, but you've come to the realization, having experienced what you experienced outside, at least you have found that this is the conclusion that you've come by, and not all stories are the same, so that's it. KG, why are you chasing us? Guys, in hambani, go live lives outside there. Try it for yourself. I need to weigh my options. I'll let you know. Okay. Feel the pressure, guys. Feel the pressure. I feel more out of place here. Ma'am, please go. Like, I already have countries in my head that I'm like, looking at you. You will thrive. You will thrive, ma'am. So please look at it. Look at different places. And I mean, the best thing is just search. I mean, for example, first of all, guys, we underestimate Africa. in terms of you just having a better life in Africa, right? You can definitely do so. Kenya is booming, Ghana is booming. You can literally go into these countries and not have to worry from a safety perspective about the things that we worry about here. You know, corruption is a big issue in Africa. I don't know if you can escape it much. It is what it is. We hope to change it, but I think I see other countries doing a lot much better than South Africa in terms of that. So we have that. That is that. Then you can look at countries abroad. You have the UAE. In the UAE, you will never be a citizen. You know that you are just there to make money and go. Yabo? There is that. Everywhere else, you can get your citizenship. I don't think Asian countries also people can get citizenship there. I'm not too sure. But you can get your citizenship everywhere, and there will always be fights against foreigners. We are having it here in our country. Now, but they are having it in their country. Yeah, that is a people issue. You know, so I'm just saying, let's not let things steer us away from the possibility of our beautiful futures, guys. But anyway, oh no, Pressure was just asking. I think reveling is definitely a great eye opener. All right. Let's see. I must ask my friend to pack me at this point. Where is your friend going, Kabile? Where are they going? He got married to her at last quarter. Okay. Which countries can you go to if you are positive? Anywhere. But so here's high level, right? Most countries that have their things together, they won't allow you to come into the country unless you are satisfying the skill that they don't have. So the best thing is be skilled, right? Fortunately, in our country, we have a lot of graduates that are unemployed. So from a qualification point of view, you are okay. Now, the challenge might be work experience type of a thing, all right? So that is that. So, but then you still have other low-end jobs that you can go into with it. Then there's also study options that you can then do a young 1-year course in that particular country. You are able to work while you are there. It's much easier to get a job in some countries when you're already inside the country. Another one way. So for me, when Nels, some of the countries I've looked at is, I've already mentioned Mauritius, I've already mentioned Australia, the UK definitely, but a bit saturated. Ireland, definitely Ireland is, they are also looking for us. A lot of European countries are changing laws in terms of migration and all of that, so you have to be aware of that. But Ireland, that is that. And then there's these other countries that we don't consider, especially the ones that are in Europe. They may not necessarily be part of the UAE, but not UAE, sorry, they're not, but the European Union, they may not be part of the European Union, but they're quite good. And you can start your life there with as little as possible, right? There's a country called Georgia that you can go there. There is, so what you can Google, for example, is countries that as a South African you can go without a visa, or they have some form of an agreement with South Africa where it's much easier for you to go there. Those countries, easier. Lithuania, I hope I pronounced it well. And then there is Slovenia, very underrated country. And all these other countries around Slovenia, they are quite good. Scandinavian countries, definitely. And then, of course, you have the big dogs, about Switzerland and Netherlands and the likes. So you can definitely go there. and you just go edit. Inbox me some countries you have in mind, KG. Right, just send me a reminder. I will definitely do so. Rwanda is also a great example for future reference. Yes, sir. Another one that people don't, I don't know, take seriously, but obviously it's a whole different culture change. But Kuwait, it's a country in the UAE. They currently are the most expensive currency in the world right now. Very small country, but the most expensive currency in the world right now, Kuwait. Someone who spoke about bakeries. I had a client moving from Italy to Kuwait, and he's a chef. So there's definitely that opportunity there. So there's Kuwait, can check it out. So yeah, so that's basically it. But definitely Rwanda, ke yona. Go re tla emela rapper green and yellow. Also something what is propagated online is not always what's translated into reality. True, we're not stupid genius. It, the glamour that also gets shown is not always the reality we've always seen and heard. We now know about America. There's a lot of South Africans who have gone to America and they're like, hey guys, hey, I know they've lied here. You know, certain things are true, but you know, certain things in J just don't make sense. But also, the things that are said to be bad also are not necessarily true because there's always this propaganda that is shown. And especially, take a simple example, guys. You know, or if you go and Google poor people in South Africa, for example, you will see the other kind and not the kind we know on the pictures. You will see, you know. So these things can be easily perpetuated nicely on social media. Yo guys, there's 47 messages I've not read, so I'm gonna try. Give me a chance. Subs, are you able to speak while I'm reading the comments so long? All right.
Yeah, what do you need from me?
I'm trying to look at the comments and check, but I was saying you can speak if you have something to say so long, so that it's not horrifying silence.
I don't know why you're chasing us. I don't know why you're chasing us, Marage ons gaan nêrens name.
Because yale are relaxed, man. Yale are relaxed.
Guys, let
Please.
me tell you. So I keep saying to people that if you are looking for change, then definitely pack your bags and leave. I don't, and this is, I get it, disclaimer. Leroy Khayomo. We need a disclaimer for what I'm going to say.
Let me search for this disclaimer.
Please,
quickly.
we need a disclaimer for what I'm going to say. Because they are going to come for Makoya and the people.
Okay, let's go. Disclaimer ke wa ka sabela.
Opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of the individuals participating in the conversation and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast host or any affiliated organization. Listener discretion is advised.
There we go.
Thank you so much. So, if you're looking for change, guys, pack your bags and leave. I do not believe that this country can be anything better than what we have been. This is, for me, this is the greatest that this country has ever been. And like, akukho kukhulu okuzokwenzeka ukudlula lokhu. And that's what I can see this country being the same, if not worse, in the next coming 20 years. I don't think there's anything greater waiting for us. I don't think there's someone that's going to come, or a party that's going to come and make things greater than what we have been. I just don't believe that. This is it, guys. Like, this, what we did, this is it for me, you know? So I feel like if people are looking for like greater things and, you know, they're looking for change, I don't know, maybe if we get like a party that comes from a different country, you know, if there'll ever be a time where they allow a party from a different country to come and be part of South Africa, or come and run for elections, or if they reshuffle the entire like panel. If we woke up now and reshuffle the entire panel, Yamakoya, and get like a new Makoya, guys, up until that is done, please, like Mama D said, whoever that's coming next, yes, globally change there and there, but it's not going to be significant in a way that we are like, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
and I think even just with the way that things I mean, if you look at it in our times, KG, when we matriculated in whatever years, your 2009, 2010, and your 2008,
Yeah.
funding for education was thrown everywhere. Like these kids struggle for funding now. Like funding key, if you really funding key, oh my God, you're so blessed, you're so lucky. Like God came through for you. And when we matriculated, funding, guys, you could walk outside your gate and there was funding. Or Utokamnyako, there was funding on the floor. Uyeko Khabochomiakha, there was funding everywhere. And that tells you that already the percentage of educated whatever, like the percentage of future lawyers, percentage of future architects, percentage of future everything is lessening. It's decreasing. And what does that tell you as a person, Khori? Like what idea or direction do you get from that? Like the direction that the country is heading at, So for me, please, I honestly don't see us being greater than what we have been. I think the greatest thing that happened to this country was that thing that happened, that big thing that the Yellow Party, the Black and Yellow Party did for us. That was the greatest thing, I don't see anything greater than that. Like you're saying, Khori, yes, they did that for us, but now we want something who's going to something or someone or a party that's gonna come and multiply that, or and make it greater, or maintain the same standards, the same values. And Mara, they're not doing that. They're not doing that. Everyone that gets higher, they just doing it for their own pockets, doing it for their own benefits, and doing it for themselves. So that's what I'm saying. Now, personally, I honestly don't think that we can be greater than what we have been before.
Yeah. You said it, Saps. At least the bravery to have said it. And this is not also to be negative in any way. Already as it is, the truth is everyone is looking out for themselves right now. That's why corruption is thriving and everything. There's no longer we are looking for the country together. Everyone is looking at, where can I get my next bread? And for me, since things are like that as it is, it means, one, it will take longer for us to get to that point. Two, am I willing to wait that long? Three, do I see myself participating actively to make that change? And the answer currently is no. So, because also now I'm focused on taking my family out of poverty. So then it becomes a thing that if then you know that you are not gonna put in the change that you want to do, because not all of us who are called into that. If you're not gonna put in the change, you're not gonna follow someone who is putting in that change, and you're gonna say, this is what my life is going to be. I'm gonna contribute my life to making sure that South Africa grows and all of that. Such people, very few nowadays, because we are so personalized. This is just me. I'm looking to get money now. I'm looking to take my family out. I'm looking to eat and all of that. So if already we are in that mindset, for me, realistically, waiting and being part, even if I'm part of it, being part of it for the next 20 years, is a risk, especially when things don't change. because things can always get worse. So if the status quo remains like this and nothing changes, the next 20 years will be futile for me. So I need to then find ways in how I go and try and make it work out, So that is the case. And what if you want to come back? Then what? So that's another thing. And this is just the working thought currently, Sis D. If I go and I go for whatever number of years and I come back, my hope and my desire and my plan is to make good guap where I'm going, or to make money where I'm going. Yeah? Build a good standard life. If I want to come back, one, I at least have the backing of finances to make the difference that I want to make it. We can shift and roll on the floor, but the type of change that is needed will need money also. You can have the greatest leadership, and if they're not able to pull funds together, it's a problem, right? So for me, coming back and I'm able to make a change, firstly in my family, and then it spills over into the whole community, possibly do that. And also, if you are very, serious about South Africa and being in South Africa, I think one of the greatest way to build a future for yourself is in property. This is for yourself and your family, yes? Because people are always gonna make babies and make other people, and we're gonna need more houses, we're gonna need, all of these things. Whether we're going to afford them, different story, but oftentimes gets afforded in any case. Now, for me is property, if you go organt and you continue to invest in property in this country in such a way that then you build your portfolio that it can sustain you dividends or whatever form of investment, and it can sustain you with dividends or then you have removed the worry of money in your life for at least, that period. You have removed the worry of having to work for money. So you can then find ways of saying, okay, cool, let me do this. I can now do this to change Ikaslam. I can do this to change the area where I'm from. I can do this to whatever the case may be. Right now, the biggest problems that we all have is, how do I eat? Remove what I eat and I don't even have to work, and work meaning you don't have to, your income is passive, so to put it. There will still be work, but, passive in a sense that you don't have to rely on a form of employment. Then it's much easier to talk about purpose. It's much easier to talk about passion projects. It's much easier to talk about things that, you want to do regardless of. But as long as we're still surviving for the next payday, how do I survive till the next payday? Exactly, Mamdi. Siskakil. So that is my thing. So, and once you have that plan and you implement it, you can always change things as you go. You adapt as you move, just as you're adapting now. You can adapt. You spoke well, noted, truly, thank you, honor. Okay, there is Sabs. A good point. Only with economy you can influence and change through legislation and passing of bills. Yeah, well, I've always had that thought. So that is the case. Day one, great, the Maslow hierarchy. So Matlads, I want to genius or so basically that is that. But my thing is, the more we think about these things, I think, I don't know, man, we can do something, and you act towards that, and then just see. Go and try and see what is what, you know. Right now there's just opportunities left, right, and center. You guys are funny. I'm out. Thank you for joining us, Stupid Genius. Join us Monday to Friday. We are here 20 past 10 every Monday to Friday. You know, come through and contribute to the conversation. I appreciate your contributions today. What happened to tapping, guys? Aye. This is me. I'm gonna keep quiet about the tapping because it's you guys who needs to be tapping. Please tap, guys. But yeah, so that is my thing, guys. That look at opportunities abroad. The nice thing about mindset is when you set your mind in some of these things, you begin to see more opportunities. I'm telling you. So you set your mind on the fact that there are no jobs in SA. That's all you're going to be seeing. But if you set your mind in saying, okay, there are no jobs in SA, where are the jobs? Oh, there's a job outside of SA. Let me look there. You might come across something else that you never even thought about. So that's the beauty of mindset, that if you then set your mind on something else, you can definitely begin to see other things there. You get what I mean? So for me personally, I started looking at the possibility of making money online. And I was like, okay, what is there? What is there? What is available? And all of that. Looked around and I was like, okay, cool. What skill do I have that I can start with currently? I don't have to pay anything. And in my life, while I was still working, I've paid for stuff, to make extra money. So I don't have any problem with that. But I was like, let me try a different route. Let me see if I work at something that I already have a skill. And I've said it to most of you all in this life before, that the simplest skill that you have right now that you're taking for granted is the language I'm speaking now. If you are able to speak English and speak it fluently, there are people who are willing to pay you to talk to them. They just want to practice their English. See, these countries I was speaking about, Europe, and that's the thing. We always think that in Europe everyone speaks English. No. There are countries in Europe where English is not their first language. So they are taught English in school in vocab, or grammar and all of these things, but they don't get to practice it. So there are people now who are paying just so that you can help them practice. They want that feedback from a native speaker. You guys can speak English. You can literally do that. You don't have to pay nothing for you to start doing that. That's a simple skill. So take an evaluation of the skills that you have. Look at then what you can begin to do. You start with that thing, for example, the teaching English online. And by the way, you don't only teach English. You can teach DJing. You can teach coding if you're a coder. You can teach the skills that you have. As long as there's a market for it, you can teach that, right? So you look for platforms where you can do that. And then whatever little money that you're making from that, you can say, okay, now I have this. Can I invest this in another stream that I can make money on online? On Kalahai. We see all of them here. There's a lot. Look at the one that resonates with you. What skills that aligns with the skills that you have. You can push and do that. And then you just build. Imagine if you're able to build multiple streams of income online, and now you don't necessarily have to find physical work. You can now look at the thing. I could say it does not matter which country I go to. At least I have money that I'm making online, and I'm able to then sustain myself wherever I go. So then if you are in that country and are looking for employment, you can now get employed in that country, do whatever ways of doing things, of making money and whatever, So these are the different things that we are playing, or we're just playing but not taking advantage of. Katle Cafe SA is like a rich auntie. Honestly, we have a lot to offer. A whole lot, ma'am. Ask the people who are working in call centers. there are some people who are working in call centers that are not serving South African people. Call centers UK, call centers in most of the European countries, because your accent is neutral. They can understand you very well, unlike someone speaking English with an accent of Australia or with an accent of Slovenia or whatever other country that is. Their accent is different. You have a neutral accent, and you have more of the British English, so they will understand you in terms of how you speak and your pronunciations. So you are able to push that. And I think someone mentioned it, I think it was Sol Penduka. I don't know if he worked at a call center or something, but I remember hearing speaking about the story of a call center, but it was servicing a different country. On top of neutral, we can twang also when we want. I know people who so most Asian countries, because they are in a drive of learning English, right? So they are looking or emulating, they want to learn the American English. I know people who are South African who are teaching Asian people in an American accent. If you're able to pull that, you will make money. You know, and then another advantage that I have heard people overseas speak about South Africans is our work ethic. Our work ethic is proper. In our standard, in our country here, in our standard, our work ethic is not all there. But in their standard, our work ethic, top notch. You get what I mean? So you are able to push when you get there. I mean, I will speak a bit of Australia because that was mostly my research point. The people, they are looking for people, right, to work in their country because of there are roles that Australians will not do. Right? And in Australia, there's a minimum wage. I at 3.5. Their minimum wage is good enough to live. Just to live nicely. Well, not nicely, but to live. So they have a minimum wage. So you won't be starting from scrap, so to put it. You know? So, and then they don't take higher qualification that serious. So in terms of qualification, you will most likely you will outperform them in qualification as a South African, because they don't do that. They don't need to study so that they can get access to jobs. You know, they can just get a job and switch jobs like nobody's business, and all they need is the experience, and that's it. Obviously, depending on the specific jobs and whatever the case, industries, but generally they do that. So they have known that great ambition for these things. That's why they are now calling for professionals, civil engineers, chefs, marketing people, like guys, carpentry, mechanics. They want these people to come in because their people are not willing to take those jobs. So they have a surplus of jobs. The last time I checked, it was more than 2 million of jobs that are available. You know, so it is up to us. Call center, I have that experience working British hours in a call center. Yabona Mashatsi, exactly that. There are so many opportunities outside of South Africa. Please explore them, guys. So yeah, guys, I don't know how much I'm going to say. Thank you, KG. I needed this session. Much appreciated, man. So this is what's keeping me up at night. Thinking about why are my talents being wasted in my own country when there are countries that are looking for my talent? You know? So why not look at going to these countries and go and do what you need to be doing? So for me, I always say, and people will say, oh no, it's not easy, it's not, whatever. Is it easy here? Is it easy here? Or is it bearable because you can see your mom, you can see your parents, you can see your siblings, every day, so it's comforting. Guys, choose your difficult. Choose your difficult. It may not be easy as being far from home, Ebile. May not be easy being far from home, but go. And who knows? Prime example, some of you guys may know this person if you've been with us for a while. Anga. Anga is in Poland. She went there with the whole teaching thing, and she is now married there. You see, she's able to build a future for herself. And challenge. Not to say it is easy, but you do what you can do. Abudumatlai says, I have links to cruise ships jobs. Anyone interested can inbox me. Nazo. There's some lady that I saw on TikTok. She's an art dealer in one of the cruise ships. Like, she just sells art in the cruise ship. Like, there's so many jobs in the cruise ship that I even didn't know existed that you can do. So maybe as a simple thing, next time, take a young vacation, get on a cruise ship, even if it's not going anywhere. There is one that is nowhere. It just goes into the ocean and comes back. Or you can take one from Durban to Cape Town to Durban, whichever way you want. Go there and just look at the ship. What's happening here? What opportunities are there? What type of jobs can I do here? Check it out. And nowadays it's easier. There are people who are posting themselves doing these jobs here on TikTok. Follow them, check it. That's the same thing that I've done with my online jobs. Look at people here on TikTok, and I see, they do this, ChatGPT, search, gives me this thing, I can do this, I can look at this, okay, let's go. You try it, give it a try, you go. And banyala English teacher that said, Mudim. One of my clients was in Georgia, the country, not the city in America, the country in Europe. Georgia, and I think it was the city's Tbilisi. His child was going to a school owned by a South African. And there were 2 or 3 teachers from South Africa in that school. And how many educators do we have, qualified educators with experience here in our country, that are not getting employed? So that is basically the case. I have a friend that is interested. Okay, with it. So all right. Me, I don't like testing God shame. About what? When subs getting on a ship. A waitress can get paid around 40K per month. With tips, you end up getting around 90K. Izwa. I would descend. So guys. And that's the thing also. In as much as you're doing it for money, let's not get it twisted. We are doing it for money. But also don't let the money restrict you in other things. Don't let the money restrict you. You can always build, especially when there's an opportunity to build. Like you're getting to a cruise ship. I don't think it's easy being a waiter in a cruise ship. I mean, imagine those number of people and you just always have to constantly serve them. I think it's much more than being a waiter in a restaurant. So you go and do that. But within the space of a ship, you are now exposed to other areas where you can work. You get what I mean? So look at that, guys. Look at that. So that is my thing, as in that these things are keeping me up at night. They are making me think a lot during the day. Like, why am I playing? When kunama opportunities, why am I playing? I have a friend who is buying a building for 40 million in Durban. She works on the cruise ship. Nant, guys, nant. So the other problem I think that we have, and I've seen this one in TikTok, we are also quite entitled. And I want us all to reflect on this thing. We are very entitled. I don't know what it is, but we are. So you would see someone on Instagram, on this place, TikTok, and they're posting about something that they're doing and whatnot. And they give you whatever little bit of information they give. And all you want now is for them to like literally give you the job like this. Guys, we need to step away from that. Make research. There's nothing as great as a question of saying, hey, I've looked at this website. I'm looking for extra websites where I can learn about this thing. I'm telling you, someone will always be willing to help, because it shows that you're doing your research. When you say, listen, even if you don't give me this, but just point me to the websites that I can go check this and this and that, you go and check it. Or you come back, I've checked out this and this and this and this, just have a question about this, such things. I messaged a lady on LinkedIn the other day, and she used to work I don't know her. She used to work in a company I used to work for before, So I was like, maybe camaraderie type of a thing. And she is in a country I was considering at the time. I go in and I'm like, okay, no, cool. Let me just ask this person, like, hey, listen, man, I've been doing research on this and this and this and this. I looked at this and this and that, and whatever the case may be. I just wanted to find out for you, which visa did you get into the country with? Oh no, the person responded, hey, hi, I did this. I went, this is the visa that I came up with and whatnot. I'm like, okay, cool. Just from an experience thing, how is this? How is that? How is this? Because I found out this and this and this and that. She was so willing to speak to me as a stranger. We spoke about 3 days as a stranger, but because I'm coming up with facts of what I have researched myself, and I'm now asking from an experience perspective, how was this? How was that? They say this, I've seen this. How was that for you? It is much easier. And she did not even have to answer me, and I went in and I wrote a very long thing to make sure that if she ever looks at this thing, I'm not gonna have the repeating questions. She's just gonna give me all the answers and I'm good if she ever does it, and valuable experience. And I think anytime I could contact her, I don't think she will have any problems, contacting me. So there is a bit of this entitlement that we have, that just because someone else is, for example, in the country you want to go in, they must tell you. Then if they don't tell you, they're gatekeeping. Yeah, the famous words, gatekeeping. Gatekeeping this, gatekeeping that. But everything is available on the internet, guys. There's no gatekeeping of anything. Research is all you have to do. And now you have tools that help you do that research. Search, go on ChatGPT, ask it questions, it will tell you. Go on Google, ask questions, it will tell you. Follow these people, buy these courses that people are giving, buy them. If you find a course yeah, 30 rand, 40 rand, 100 rand, buy the course. Because it's either you pay with time or money. Those are the two things that you do guaranteed in this world. You pay by time, by you investing, getting what you need to get the knowledge. That will take you time. If you want to save on time, then you will pay money for someone who has taken the time to do what you don't want to be doing, and they give you the information that they have. That's just it. But then you have people complaining about courses and all of these things. Yeah, no, people are just making money with courses. They are making money with courses simply because we are lazy to go find the information. So they're solving a problem, and that's it, So either way, you will pay that price when a KTP. You will pay that price. Data versus information versus knowledge. Building, nursing, property at KZN so that I can start renting. Please install that ChatGPT, man. Install it, play around with it. It will give you wonderful things. So either way, guys, you pay the price in time or money. As they say, time is money. This is what they mean. So just do that. If there's someone who is doing something and you have proof and you can see that this person is doing this work, they are living this thing, and they say that, listen, instead of having to answer everyone on my comments every day the same thing, I'm gonna make a PDF and I'm gonna put a price to it, and if you really want the thing, buy the PDF. That's it. But no, because we are entitled, you want this person to answer you, answer another person, answer another person. Sometimes I think we make it difficult for people to help, guys. So yeah, let's do some of these things. For me personally, I even find it very difficult to be like, I want to share some of the information I have, but I'm so afraid of people who will want everything and arm and a leg and all of these things, and now I have to answer questions, I have to do all of these things and whatnot, just because you wanted to help. Now I must pay more than I'm willing to pay just because I wanted to help. So let's not make it difficult for people to help us. If someone says, I have done this thing, the time it's gonna take for me to teach you or to show you, that is the only thing you're paying for, not for the information, because the information is free. It's available online, it's free, but you're just paying someone for the time that they took to put this thing together to help you. And then we move, So yeah, guys, let's do that. And peeps have a tendency to devalue free service. That's another problem. That's another problem. I personally, let me not even go far. Let me speak about myself. There are courses that I've taken for free and I've registered for free that I've not done. But there's no one course that I've paid for that I've not taken. None. And I've paid courses for crazy money before, So it's a psychological thing also. Something that you've paid for, you will value it. You get what I mean? So that is that. If you don't want to pay the money, pay it with time. Go learn the mistakes that someone else has done and they can shorten the journey for you. So that is the case. And last thing before I close, because y'all don't want to talk to me about what keeps you guys awake. I've been talking to a couple of people about the whole thing, education, and that maybe it will help us as the people who are educated in this country with qualifications, but we can't find employment. Think for yourself now to say how many people you have seen on social media coding boot camps for free, learning how to do Facebook ads and what ads for free. Google has all of these courses for free that you can do, and people are getting employed with these free courses. Yeah, even if it is not free and it's paid a little bit amount of money, people are getting jobs with these things. So it made me think about, in this day and age, is it relevant? Is it still logical to spend 4 to 5 years on a qualification that when you leave in that 4 to 5 years, the world is different? So whatever information that you have in that 4 or 5 years, it has become absolute because the world has changed so much. I don't know how many products are coming out of with AI. I don't know how many jobs are being reduced to nothing with AI daily. So now, if you consider for yourself that instead of going to university and spend 4 years on something that won't guarantee me much. Listen, there are certain industries, medicine and all of these things, you can't be doing 6 months courses on it, right? But in some of these things, there are people who are getting 6 months certificates, 4-week certificates, six-week certificates, and they're getting employed because they're learning a skill that they can implement immediately. And people will always be willing to pay someone for a skill that they can implement now, not someone that they have to teach something. All I have to teach you is how my business works and how things work, and that's it, right? So if you can take courses, and all of these courses that are done by people, only obviously you have to do your research now. Is this person actually doing this job or doing this thing that I want to do, and they're actually making money out of this thing, and they have a course to show that, listen, this is what you can do, this is how you can do, and this is what you can do for you to get, either you get the job or it puts you in a position where you are miles away from where you are right now. Take that opportunity. Take that opportunity and take those courses, because it will take you far. You get what I mean? It will take you far than maybe what a qualification in a university will. Not to say it is not important to get educated. Let's get educated, guys. But consider the time you're going to spend getting that education versus the skill you are learning, and whether you'll be able to implement it when you leave or you get that qualification. So rather learn something that you can implement soon as you leave. And that's what these boot camps are nowadays. They make sure that they teach you the skill, literally the skill, that tomorrow you can go and do the work. Soon as you are done with the certificate, you can go and do the work. I mean, sorry for the strays, but for you, because I've personally seen you play and you play great, imagine being able to teach someone what you know now that took you how many years to learn, and you can teach this person in such a way that next week they can actually get their first gig and get paid for DJing for that 1 hour. So that is a valuable thing. So be open. And that's the other thing, guys. You have things that you know that other people want to. Someone said a simple thing that I never thought about. So you guys know crocheting. People now, because of social media, no longer want to waste time scrolling. So they're taking up crocheting and all of that. I didn't know that it's much more difficult to crochet as a left-handed person than as a right-handed person. So there's a total different skill that you need as a left-handed person to crochet than if you're right-handed. And you can do a course for that when you know how to crochet and you are left-handed. Something that is so simple that you might take for granted, that can literally make you money. May not be as fast as you intended or look it, but why not? You know, I want to do that, and it's free on Facebook app. You see, there we go. I need to go to a boot camp because I'm the problem. I did cybersecurity certificate, then got lazy. You see, man, these laziness, it will not. When it comes to health issues, please visit the doctor and not Google. Yes, please, please, please. Thank you for that one, Abuti. It's very important. My world is upside down as lefties. Below a lefty. You see? So what is it that you have learned that you know as a lefty, as a skill that you can teach other people? Make a course, teach other people. The other day I was thinking about something very simple, and that's another thing. Think about solving day-to-day problems, even if you are not going to solve them yourself. I was thinking about where I come from. And where I am from, most of the time kids go to school in the suburbs, or at least they have to walk, if they are walking, more than 15 to 20 minutes to get to work, to school, right? So you have, for example, all of you who might have Sabelo, you know that she always has, Timu is always on Texia Malume Steve or Malume Mang Sabelo. You know, they're always waiting for Malume Mamang to take the child from home to school and back, right? And I don't even know the distance, but I know the distance is very close. So you're able to do that. Imagine if then me, who is unemployed and whatnot, I don't have a car, I don't have anything. Everything that a parent wants in terms of their child going from home to school is safety. Malume Steve, 4 minutes drive is safety. Why not approach Usabelo, who knows me from a gas, and be like, Sabelo, I will walk your child to school every day and go pick them up every day. All I'm charging you is, I don't know, 25 rands per trip. The amount might even come close to half what Sabelo is already paying Umalums to take a child to school. Sabelo knows you, trusts you. All you gotta do is trolling yako kai pusha ngwana umuisa skolong ifula pilo ko walker, or wa mo pepa, walk them to school. That time I'm paying 550 for this 4 minutes. So you can literally have that price on ale 350 from Sabelo to just walk a child to school every day. Sabelo tells another parent close by, or other parents see you. Now there you are with a pack of 3 or 4, 5 kids that you're walking with safely to school. Go drop them off at school, then you come back, you go pick them up, you drop them back. You have made a young 2K for the month. Save that 2K nyana, you get a tak-tak. Or ya di 1-seater nyana. That thing, I think installment, that thing give me 500 rand a month. You're able to get that. Now you have started your business now of taking kids to school. Gari tak-tak. And you're making yourself money and you're employed. So that's just a simple thing that you can think about as someone who does not have a car, who's not working, and all you have to do is walk kids to school in the morning and walk them back to school afternoon. The rest of the day, you have whatever that you want. I did what you're saying for 2 years, Mokasi, when I was permanently at home, taking them 5 minutes away. Put my shots. There we go. And this is something that all of us, so but when you drove, exactly. This is something that all of us who are unemployed can literally talk to bomme ba bana ba mokasi and say, man, I will walk your kid to school. You know, if anything, it's even good for their exercises. Yeah, Punama health benefits. You can sell this thing. Health benefits, safety. There's an adult. You are going with them. They are having friends. They're able to communicate, building. There's all these other benefits that comes with it. On top of that, you're saving money as a parent. So that is that. So that's a simple example of a thing that all of you here, you can go give this example to any of this idea to any of your nieces and nephews or whoever that you know, or more guys, and be like, hey, here's an opportunity to do this thing. Once you put this money aside, you are able to now get your own tuk-tuk. You're able to take kids to school quicker. In 30 minutes now you can do 10 trips. All bana ba mokasi ke ba hao wa ba tsaya wa drop quickly. You get what I mean? Pick them up quickly. So you're able to do that. At home we have Ice Tube Factory. We deliver in garage, travel, OBC, and it works. That's another thing. I've seen another lady got the ice tube. TikTok. That ice tube machine that she has is 6K, I think the last time I saw the price. You get a bigger one, even better. But you start where you are. Ice cubes are important everywhere. Take a weekend about the ice tube. December AOS. So all you gotta do is just apply yourself, give it a try, apply yourself, and we start. And also starting some of these businesses, some take equity, as in they need money, but like the one just needs your legs to just walk, and then you go back. That's it. From there, you start the ice cube business from home. You are able to now deliver. Now you've started another one, just like that. Small. You are learning, you are taking it forward. And sometimes CKA from next week, I demand here the ice boy. Summertime gear. You see, and people only think about these job or businesses when it is summer because they think they don't apply in winter. But the more you build and you start up winter, when summer comes, you are ready. Not that you're starting. You understand? So you're able to push these things. Some of y'all stay in complexes where you don't pay for water. So you already have a resource there for free that you can do the things, guy on. Get a young filter that bar. Or you just make a disclaimer, the ice stacker are not for consumption, it's just to chill your things. That's it. So you use whatever water, put it in, but it's more complex than how it's whatever ice. It's not a difficult thing. So let's try some of these things and let's push. But guys, in country here, if you can look, not if you can, you definitely can. All you gotta do is look for opportunities outside of the country. It will open your mind to a lot of other things. Another business I used to do personally was washing sneakers. I ke tseba bo sabelo bo mphanyana ba o rata di sneaker tse di white ke ba tseba. Make money, wash their sneakers. You get what I mean? And you start building from there. It's a service type of business. People are paying for convenience nowadays. Yeah, boy. So that is basically it. Guys, you've made me talk for the past 2.5 hours. And lahano bua kanna. And yeah, yes, ma'am, you just arrived. You just arrived and Siyakutshela same time. And selling this big pure water in hospital and para hospital. Okay, all right. Yeah, pure water. Oh yes, that I forgot what they call that. Okay, that's proper. You see, all you gotta do is find an opportunity, guys. In when I was in the Eastern Cape, which city, what town it was? Oh man, no, I was in Makanda. They call it Makanda, I think now. Queen, no, it's not Queen Williamstown. Grahamstown, Makanda. Yeah, when I was in Grahamstown, um, my car broke down and I needed to get a mechanic and whatever. So the insurance found a mechanic close by, whatever the case. And so when I was going to this guy, I saw a guy with a baki, gari container tsa metsi ka mo morao, right? You know, these big, almost clear tanks tsa metsi in the baki, and he's selling water to the people. So wa feta fela batho ba eme mole ka di 5 liter ba re wa tshela ba mo patela wa tsamaya, just selling water, you know. So these are the things that we can do. If you do have access to a baki, sell the water. If you don't have access, get someone who has a baki, rent it, or you know, they also have a baki but they don't have anything to do with it. Come with a strategy. Listen, we do this thing, we get a bit of water purify this water, you know, you know, in my town, it's a problem in terms of the purification of water. There are some times where you see, this water, you know. So you go around Kokasi Urbana, it's purified. Well, one time test the key, it's clean. You know, they do that. And people, instead of wanting to go get 25 liter, buy a you know, these brands. I think they wouldn't mind having someone knowing her every week. All I need to do is have the scoop outside, you know, or the mofa the scoop are when on this as a thing and I get that's it. Just exchange like that. Make money. Steam Ice 2 in Bara. It's a 2-year contract now and it works. Can I baby liquid ice? Yes. There's that, and I've seen now that they're using it in some restaurants also and all of those things. So all you gotta do is start with something that does not need you to start with money. Once you get a bit of that money, look at these other things, start investing in those things, and then we push. Because at this point in time, guys don't have any choice but to open these businesses. It's dry ice. Yeah, I think I know liquid nitrogen, but I think that's also dangerous. But yeah, but I know batho the ice ka liquid nitrogen. So because it freezes a meat like this. So when you have liquid nitrogen and you just dip it in, whoop, dip it in, whoop, we just go, you know. So that is that. So you look at these things, and guys, in food, people always want to eat. Be the best person that you know that, like Leroy making that pancake cake. People want to eat. Make that pancake cake, guys. Sell it. Unique. For them not. A push. It's okay. It's okay about Leroy. It's all good, man. The people whenever they make me speak the whole time, so. But because me not in the airtime for days, I will speak. It just reminded me of a Butua ice cream bicycle back then Rimita Miki. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think I have a good selling hand. You don't have to have it. if you already have siblings or family members who are also unemployed and they know how to sell, that's it. And also, what is a selling hand when a popo? All you do is advertise. Nowadays, all you do is advertise. If you advertise, people know that you're selling this thing. You no longer need to be like, yeah, you know? So, and also to a certain extent, there's some of the limiting beliefs that we tell ourselves. Thank you, Abuti Mahlatsi. How do you pass an interview? That was a sales speech. Nas. So it's one of those things, Sauri. We have conditioned selling as something maybe difficult. I also struggle with that. I would see how do I sell and whatnot, but you just learn. Look at how other people are doing it, get over the discomfort of it, and give it a try. Give it a try. If you can't, team up with people who know how to sell, who don't have the nerves that you do. Your sibling, your cousin, bring them on board, work with them, and then see. So that is basically it. Remokopa's theme I suggest to play a song. So yeah, man. So let's do that, guys. For me, that is what is keeping me up at night. Like I said, that I'm considering in this my country, will my dreams be realized in the time that I would like them to be realized? If not, can I realize them in another country? What can I do right now to help me get there? And just having that mindset and opening your mind to that, you're able to see other opportunities that people are taking advantage of, that you can also take advantage of and do these things. So create an account, yeah, TikTok, nah? Follow everyone who is doing, moving abroad content, working abroad content in their South Africa. Just follow those people. That account is only for that. You will see how many things will come to your timeline as a result of that. Comment, like in that account, and that will be specifically the traffic that comes to that account. Then you will see, hore, you've been sleeping on knowing things in J. People are making FIFA or FIFA worker. Is it FIFA? No, FIFA first in, first out. But this one I think is also FIFA, fly in, fly out. Yes, if I remember correctly. They are there. These people are doing this thing there where they are. It's basically you're working some people work as a cleaner in the mines of Australia. Some they just clean, some they're bus drivers or taxi drivers for the mine people. Some they do whatever small hand jobs there that don't need a specific skill. They do that. And these people, there's this lady, I think she's a colored person from South Africa. I'm just not sure which province from South Africa. She's also in Australia. She's here on TikTok and she posts, I think it's Cindy, if I'm not mistaken. She goes there, and some of these people literally are in Australia. They fly in, so I think it depends on the thing. Sometimes it's 7 days in, 8 days in, 5 days out, whatever the case may be. So they fly in and out of these remote mine areas in Australia. And then when they are not working, they go live in Bali, all the Philippines areas, their countries. They go live in these countries because these countries are relatively cheap for you to even go on vacation in those countries. But because that job is paying for you to fly, you fly out. So they don't rent accommodation in Australia, they or own accommodation in Australia or cars in Australia. So their salary is spent in them traveling parts of the world for that week in which they are free. And they get to eat and live essentially for way cheaper than if they were to rent a place and whatnot. And they just do that, move in and out, move in and out, and that's basically it. Different things that you do in the mines. That's an in thing, FIFO. And it's not just only mines, there's also other different things that you can do there. So look into these things, guys, and yeah, you better not be planning to leave. Sabelo, me, I've been planning to leave since I left high school. I've known that I would not have done myself justice if I worked in one profession for the rest of my life, if I lived in one country for the rest of my life. I don't think I would have done myself justice. So it has always been a thing to go abroad and experience life abroad. When I get there and I'm gone forever, I see, guys. But either way, going, see. So it's just a matter of opportunities and lining up opportunities, and you just move it. So my first step was change my career, get self-employed. You know, then right now building online streams of income so that when I'm able to go, or when the opportunity comes and I go, then I don't have to worry about making money in these countries because I'm already making money online. And then override, guys, you know? So make a plan, make an action. If you don't speak to people, it's difficult changing a career. Speak to people who have done it. There's people I know who have left good paying jobs, good paying careers, to pursue whatever dreams that they have. It's not an easy thing. It needs mindset, you know, a whole lot of things. So if you're considering it, speak to people who have done it, see what are the pros and cons, and learn a bit from that, then take it from there. In any case, I think I have overstayed my welcome. Oh, subs. Last words. Come back, Sabel. Come back wherever you are. Right, while I'm waiting for subs, thank you so much for sticking around, all 7 of you. I appreciate y'all, and I hope this it has inspired you, opened your eyes a little bit, and maybe giving you the courage to do these things and look at other opportunities out there. You know, these worries of what am I going to do with family and all of these things, don't let them stop you from at least finding out. Find out. Then when you're fully informed, then you can see, okay, now that we are here is this particular threat or this concern, then you can address it. So other than that, do all the best that you can, and happy Women's Month. I think the next time I see you, women will not be it will not be August, so till we meet again. To the men, please come back from exile, come back. We will be including you in conversations going forward, and I believe we should have something for the men. Our own segment must come through. It was requested. For me, I was saying let's let the women have their month, and we can definitely do something, and let's grow. Remember to love the ones who are with you. Love those ones you need to love at a distance. Bring closer the ones that you should and can bring closer. And overall, live your best life, man. Keep it Makoya. I will see you guys next week, Tuesday. All the best for your weekend and enjoy it. Your month ends. And yeah, we will be in September when we come back. Subzutini la. I would never leave my mom and sisters, KG. Take them with. If you won't leave them, take them with.
I
It's a
told
pleasure.
you, my mom will not. Not even if you gave her $1 million every month, she would not. Forget it. It's not gonna happen.
But it's her decision. Why is yours now restricted?
Oh, minangege, guys. I can't. I never live without them.
Yeah. But go for a short while. Not permanently, but just for a
Katie,
short while.
ungixoshelani, Katie? Ungixoshelani?
Because in a now and I can't say it in public.
You don't even know what
Can't
equal
say
is. Please come down, say.
I can't say it in public.
Ew,
That's why if people knew the amount of skill you have, Sabelo, that's why gosh, if they knew the amount of skills you have,
Ash Katie.
if people knew, yes, they just know you in J here on face value. Yeah.
Unal drama.
That's why I wanna usher you so that these skills can be fully utilized somewhere else.
No, you can't. You guys are stuck with me here. Oh, no, I would never. Like, let me tell you. Have you seen, when I see like a video on TikTok, I think everyone does this now. Before you can even slide to the next video, the first thing you do is go to the comments. Guys, I'm a South Africans. Why ninja? Panzatapi. You can
Especially that one I could see last song or Sigu.
Yeah.
Let's say unite.
It was a video that was trending of a lady in Limpopo. I think in Limpopo, she's obviously made it. Mama made it. In Limpopo, she's obviously made it. So she's showing her, I think she was trying to like brag with her lounge. Lounge, like the sofas are. Wait, I want to explain properly. So the lounge like we've got that part, but hers is deep. So like there's a normal floor, and then when you go to the lounge where the couches are, there's like 5 steps down. But you manje le swimming pool endlini. But mofaka amanzi ayagcwala, and this lady's like amanzi kokai, like she doesn't get it. And it's the Zulu people. It's the Zulu, and I'm like, this country, no, you can never govern this country. And imagine.
Oh, your network, Savel. That thing. Yeah, I've seen, and that's such a. I still believe there's still houses that are standing in SA that such a plan, still exists. I don't know why it was being done. I'm sure there would have been a reason why you would have a, Mkoti somewhere. Because I remember, I don't know where we were driving, but I remember saying it to my wife. Then I was like, hey, dude, Yazi, we just passed the place and the door is opened and I'm seeing a TV at the level of the low, like Mofats, like where the floor of the door is, I'm seeing a TV lap. And I'm like, no, the way I am and the elevation where I am, the only reason that TV could be at the level of the door.
It can only mean one thing.
It's only that class. And the land is flat. Everywhere around here is flat. I'm like,
One comment said, no, this is a danger hazard. Ingane zizodlala phi la. KG, I was on the floor. And even the way she's walking, she's even asking this lady, I think it's her child that was taking the video. But she's asking her in Venda. And then the lady, the girl says, yes, Mama, what? And then she's doing that catwalk. I know the people roasted her on the comments.
It's
It'll
deep.
never
I think
be-
the video, I saw it on, what's this lady's name? Q, or is it? Yeah, Q. Oh no, it's the Airbnb what. So she was showing her now styling the space area, that lounge.
I know. So imagine now going to the UK and everyone is acting all civilized and they're speaking posh. And you're from South Africa and you see something stupid and you just wanna just let it out. But you can't because you're in the UK. You need to act the part.
Guys,
Me, I'll never leave South Africa, guys.
Y'all need to see Sabelo. Yeah. In as much as I personally do not recommend it, but every country you go, you always find, okay, especially for us, it's not a case because the people who leave the country are too small. But anywhere you go, you will find an area of Nigerians, you will find an area of Asian people, you'll find an area of Indian people, mainly because there's just a lot of people born as a people, so they can go everywhere, right? Now, it's a thing. You can still find areas where you are, fully welcome. But I think I have a problem with going to a country and wanting to still be in South Africa. I think it limits you a lot from a mindset perspective.
Get what
and
you
you don't
mean.
build connections. Yes, you don't build connections and you still behave like you are in SA. Whereas it's not a mentality that will make you succeed
Or grow
in
as a
these
person.
countries. Exactly. So yeah, I've seen a lot of people being asking when they're abroad, where are other South Africans? Other South Africans, where you at? I get that from being homesick, but don't seek your kind when you go to other countries because you will never settle.
Then you might as
will
well
never
stay in South
settle.
Africa because you're looking for South Africa in a different place.
Exactly. It really doesn't make
I get
sense.
exactly what you mean.
Rather know where the area is, if and when it's like, this thing of you move from the suburbs and you go drive a kasi for a chisanyama or to
Yes,
chill
or
on the
for
weekend.
Ispato, and then you go to the casino.
Exactly. Then you go to a similar concept, then do that. But don't outright seek to then find your own group of South Africans. I don't think it will
It's not
suffice
worth
in
it.
terms of you.
Yeah,
It's not
no,
worth
that's
it.
true.
Especially when you want to grow in another country. I don't think it is what it is. But I hear you when I say it's okay. Ke tla nna ke le bona mo ke le bonang teng. Nna le tla utlwala ke re bafethu.
When plus Villa, you are not to be trusted. There was a time when you slept in Gqeberha and you woke up in Pretoria. You and Ria, you are not to be trusted. I can never trust you guys after that stunt. You're like, oh guys, yeah, by the way, we in Pretoria. I'm like, what? You slept in Gqeberha and you woke up in Pretoria.
Listen, man.
I can never trust you guys after that stunt.
You
I can
move.
never.
Don't. Please don't. When it comes to that department, don't trust us. Listen, you're doing very well by not trusting us there because Hashem. Any day you can hear good
You guys are gone.
Gone.
We'll be planning a meet up and then you say, hi guys, but remember now I'm in Switzerland, so you can't. I can't meet. We'll just do a video call. When you're not.
And the way that I am, I will push for the video meeting instead of the meetup in person.
Yes.
And they were like, but why? And I'm like, no, because I can't. But why? But I'm in Switzerland. That's why I can't.
That's what you do.
Hey guys,
crazy.
in this life,
That's
you must go find Wena Sabelo, this YouTube, it's a TikTok thing. This guy, he sounds Nigerian who grew up in the UK or something like that. and he talks about Monaco. He's like, I mean, Monaco, or something like that. You must check it. It's like, guys, in this life, have money. In this life. Have
Yeah.
money. You need to. But anyway, guys, it's been great. Subzi, we'll speak
Thank you
and
so much. Yes.
enjoy your weekend, guys. We'll see you again next week, Tuesday.
We'll see you next month, basically.
Next month, yeah. And I might be in Switzerland. Asad.
I will not be shocked as I'm standing here. I shall not be shocked.
Guys, the hints were there. Never say they were not there. The hints were
No,
there. Please.
they were not
If today
there.
was not a hint, the hint were there.
There were no hints, Shame. I don't want to lie. I went 3 losses, so I missed them. I don't know how Leroy and Vibe still I missed them. Shame personally, it flew away. It went boo. It was gone. I missed it.
Man. Okay, guys. Bye-bye,
Cool.
Subzi.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye. Okay, cheers.